Here I am again. It's been a minute. It's been a couple weeks, I think, because a lot of things have been happening. And I have been through a great shaking. I feel like the universe grabbed me and, sorry, woo. Older, looser skin. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry, but, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, well, why is it always it's just this time. This is my downtime. This is my Saturday morning. I'm easing into things and I have something to say now. Now is the time I have something to say. I also have things to say later in the day after I've showered and put myself together, but anyway, blah 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 blah. Um I know that it isn't just me who's experiencing a great shaking. First of all, globally, the entire world is being shaken to its core. I'm not going to go there, but I find it scary, disturbing, sickening, because, how is it that I don't know about you, I can't speak for you, but in my experience, I was taught to be polite. Raise your hand when you want to talk. You don't interrupt other people. Have manners, Um, and, as kids, when we would hit each other or call each other names or, be hostile with each other, we were always corrected, stop that. That is not how you should behave. Da da da. We were scolded and encouraged to use words. You need to learn to work it out. You need to learn to talk things through. You need to learn to compromise. You need to, I remember especially my mom was the kind of person who's like, you need to consider the other person's viewpoint. You need to think about how, their perspective. Your perspective is not the only one. So, in the day and time we're living in, I'm like, the fuck happened here? You know? We should not be fighting. We shouldn't be tolerating it. First of all, we should not be tolerating the things we've been tolerating, but I know what we've been doing. Well, I got to work and I got things to do, and it's somebody else's job to take care of that. Is somebody going to rise up and do something? Is somebody, is somebody going to answer the door? Somebody's knocking at the door. Is somebody going to get it? Guess what? It's your turn to get it. Anyway, I'm going to stop. The point of me coming on here is about the personal shaking that I've been through. So, in my healing journey, a huge part of that, something that happened in the first couple years of my healing journey was, I think probably within the first year, because, okay, it's kind of goofy, but c'est moi. When I first started my healing journey, I was like, all right, I need to work with a life coach and I need to find out what I need to do. I'm going to break all this, all the stinking thinking that got me stuck and screwed me over, I'm going to totally figure that out and I'm going to learn a new way to live. And I want to knock this out in a year. I want to be healed and I want to get on with my life. I want to meet somebody and I want to, whatever. I don't know what. I do know the things. The main thing is I wanted to rush my healing. Word to the wise, you can't. No, you can't. And thankfully, we don't heal all at once because sometimes it's really painful, the things you go through to heal. And if we did all of it all at once, I think it would physically kill us. I do think so. It's intense stuff. So anyway, one of the things I became aware of right away in that first year, somewhere in that first year, it became clear to me, oh, I've been codependent all my life. I was raised in a codependent environment. I I have codependency issues that run deep. They're entwined in all of my thinking and being, and so it's going to take me a minute to untangle and unlearn, and it's going to be, I have to live in awareness of this, and I have to mindfully practice new things so that I don't fall back into the old things. And part of that, part of the big thing is not letting yourself live on autopilot. I'm sorry, that noise in the background is my cat rolling a golf ball across the floor. She just taps it with her paw and then she watches it. Hold on a minute. Let me show you. There she is. Here she goes. So anyway, you're welcome. The shaking that's been going on in my life is one of my family members tried to kill themselves. This triggered another family member who was kind of asked to be in a support mode by way of giving a couple other family members a place to stay during this, after this event. So this one person tried to unalive themselves and they ended up in the hospital. And so anyway, it's been a chain of events. And so another family member then was triggered by this, and then also, and right after this, the election happened. So this person that was terribly triggered by the first thing, also felt very upset about how the election turned out, and knowing certain family members voted in favor of the new POTUS elect. They were like, it's too many things. I can't be around. I have to separate myself. I can't be around this. So that was an intense. They sent me a text rather than, because they were just feeling extremely. If you've never been triggered, you can't know. It leaves you feeling out of control and very vulnerable. It feels horrible. It feels horrible. And you don't want to expose that to just, it's difficult to talk about. And you definitely don't want to talk about it with people who are not your safe people. People who hold your heart and hold space for you to be where you're at and to move at your own pace. So they wrote to me about this, and I felt I'm empathic, which means I not only feel my emotions, I feel everybody else's. I can feel the vibes of people when I walk into a room. I can feel vibes when I'm driving, when I'm out, in the neighborhood or on the highway. I feel the vibes, and it's a lot. You think about your own emotions and how they feel to you, and then multiply that by whatever number. It can be a lot, and you have to learn to catch yourself and separate what's yours from what's theirs. And it's not an easy thing to do. without practice, like everything else. You got to practice it to get better at it or good at it. So anyway, I got family shaking going on. I'm concerned about the family members, everybody that's going through everything. How are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, well then you got the stuff where our family doesn't talk about difficult things. We don't, this is not something that's common that we sit down and discuss difficult things like grown-ups, because there's not been the practice or the learning of emotional intelligence, what that means, how to do, blah, blah, blah. I mean, and I'm not talking about, it isn't that people are too stupid to whatever. No. It's that it hasn't been done. People haven't, if you don't take it upon yourself to become self-aware, if you're not committed to learning and growing, you plateau. And when you plateau, you choose to stagnate in some aspect of your life. And what I can tell you about that is it stinks. Have you ever smelled stagnant water? OMG, okay? That's a no. You don't want to. Anyway, moving right along. So my life is shaking because this family stuff's going on. And my codependent thoughts arise, I'm fearful of the family fracturing. I'm fearful of more family fracturing and a greater separation coming within our family. I don't want that. I love my family. So I'm feeling this fear. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is this, I'm thinking of other areas of my life, friends, and is this going to be a problem? Is there going to be, So meanwhile, then something happens at work, and I am given some inside information about a person who is not happy, and they've become so unhappy where I work that they are headed out the door. Not immediately, but that's the plan. So then there's a shaking in that part of my life, because I'm like, wait a minute, they're part of my stabilization here. They're just a foundational part. That's what I'll say. They're a foundational part. So I was like, because family and after the election, yeah, just a lot of concern about, wait, people voted that way? Wait, my friends, my family, what does this mean? Do you not understand? Do you not see? Do you not? And I don't like to look, my thing is everybody has a right to their choices, to their autonomy. You don't have to answer to me for anything. But also there are moments, like I described at the beginning of the video, when I was like, why is this stuff happening? Why are we tolerating insanity? Why are we saying why are we sitting here going, it's okay if we solve problems by killing children and innocent people who had nothing to do with the idiots who got mad at each other or whatever. Okay, maybe I'm oversimplifying, but I think not. In this day and age, are you effing kidding me? So anyway, I know that we all make choices. We all do the best we can with what we have. I believe that. And sometimes you look at people, and this was really heartbreaking when I worked in the ER. You looked at people and you thought, and this is your best. You're doing your best. Dude, your best sucks, and that puts you in an extremely precarious situation. And this is heartbreaking stuff, that this is your best. It didn't make me look at people and say, oh my God, people are stupid. Although I am also the person who says people are stupid. A person is intelligent. people en masse tend to be. What that boils down to, though, really, I believe, is fear. If you get wrapped up in fear, your decisions are going to be screwed up and you will regret them. That's been my experience. I can only speak for myself, but looking around, looking at history, looking at why people did what they did, and you're like, because ultimately it all boiled down to you were afraid of this. You were afraid if you didn't this, then that. You were afraid that if this big, if we didn't vote this way, then that was going to happen. Okay, well, this is not how we build and create. We don't build and create from fear. We build and create from love and a desire to see something better. So if we've been voting from fear, we've been effing ourselves over, okay? So anyway, this is not about that. It's about being shaken. And I don't know if you're being shaken, but it's not fun. So I am experiencing this shaking, the family stuff, the work stuff, possibly friend fracturing as well. I don't know. I don't know what may happen. It's a wild and crazy time. I'm just like, what kind of world are we living in? I feel like I've been asking that question for the last 5 years. So anyway, I know how to return to center. I know how to reconnect with the peace and the love that is at my core. And so I was like, I need to get back there because I'm feeling really freaked out. And also, then all of a sudden, I was like, oh, and I'm going on vacation. It was just a long weekend in Gatlinburg, but it was a great time. And I set my intention to have a good time. I was like, no, if there's any time that I've needed a vacation, it's now. I have just been shaken rather hard and I need vacation. So I thought about what do I need to do so I can reconnect with this love and peace within myself. What came to me was let go. I don't have any control over what other people do. I don't want there to be more separation and more fracturing. I don't want that. But I can't focus on what I don't want and then receive what I do want. If I want to go to get Chinese food, then I can't be thinking about Burger King and how much I friggin' hate Burger King and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You think, I want Chinese food. Forget every other thought about the things I don't want or I like, but I'm not in the mood for. I'm focused on, yeah, that's what I want. I want Chinese food. And then so that's what I'm saying. So I had to let go. And this is a process, okay? So journaling has been involved. A lot of journaling, a lot of just verbal processing, like driving home and talking out loud. Just to get it out, just to get it off my chest, just to, to God and the universe and the inside of my truck. So yeah, I had to surrender those things. I love them. I want restoration and healing and blessing between us. But I cannot make people be where I want them to be. That's not cool. That's not cool. I'm not about that. I don't want somebody stepping up to me and trying to make me be where I'm not. It's not going to work. If I'm going through my own thing and you want to help me, I need you to hold space for me and support my process and progress through it. Don't, like if I'm asking questions, that's a different thing. But anyway, so I had to let go of things that I couldn't control. I had to let them go. Which is not an easy thing to do, but I'll tell you what, this has been a wild year of me coming to certain places and realizing what I had to do and just asking for help. God, angels, universe, whoever's available to help me, help. Because I see this is what I need to do, and it is not easy. This is hurting my heart. This situation hurts my heart. My heart is aching. A lot of tears have been shed in the last 10 days. Many, many. So then I come home from my vacation. Woohoo, good time. Hiking in the mountains, fun in the mountains. I come back to work and find that 5 people quit. What? So more shaking this week, more tears this week. So, I want to walk my path, and I want for other people to walk their path. And if that means that they're walking another way, I have to accept that, So, yeah, it's been a painful time of shaking and letting go. That's really been the thing. Shaking and me facing all these fears. What if this? Oh my gosh, about now this is going to cause separation. This is going to and just admitting to myself, I can't fucking fix this. I can't. There is no way. And I've been through stuff, and I'm friggin' telling you, you don't fix other people's stuff. It isn't yours. It's not your business. And that's disrespectful. Their journey is theirs. That is their privilege to walk it out, figure it out, and fix whatever they feel needs to be fixed. It has been a rough, exhausting, because of the emotional it's been an emotional shaking. But ultimately, it over and over, what I came down to was, I have to let this go. I can't fix it. I have to let it go. I have to respect where these people are, and I have to find a way to let them know that I support them on their journey. But also, there are people involved who have made decisions that, anyway, and this is already long enough. The point is, this is life. Okay, this is life. And we're all on our own journey. We're here to learn and grow and heal and grow and become everything that we're meant to be. You're not supposed to be me, and I'm not supposed to be you. And sometimes we try to hold on, and we try to make things be the way we always wanted them to be. But look, you got to ask yourself, are you acting like Cinderella's stepsister, trying to fit your size 10 foot into a size 6 glass slipper? That shoe is not for you. There are plenty of other size 10 shoes that would fit your big foot quite comfortably. Delightfully. You could be delighted. And you have to accept that. You have to accept it and let it go. Stop this. I'm trying to control everything and make everything be just so the way I like it. It has to be this way or I can't be happy. Well, let me tell you something. You ain't never going to be happy then. You can't control every friggin' thing. Anyway, for what it's worth, I don't even know. This is my journal. This is what's been going on. I have been shaken. I feel like, and I feel like I've had the stuff shaken out of me. And quite literally, that has happened. Tears and just because of the nervousness of it all that, that came in the process of processing it, a lot of nervousness, literally the stuffing was coming out of me as well. And this is life. Stuff happens. There's no way to avoid it. We're all here for our own reasons to learn and heal and grow and heal and become everything we're meant to be. And that is who I'm meant to be is my own business. That's my journey. It's not for you to touch and try to fix and scooch over this way because you're more comfortable if I'm in this little shape and form. That's not your business. Likewise, it's not my business to try and shape and form you and make you be where you're not. And in the respect of me doing my thing my way and you doing your thing your way and trusting that we're all doing the best we can do, we might separate for a time. We might not hang out for a while. That might be a permanent thing. Maybe it's just a temporary thing. But it will be easier if we allow things to progress naturally. I think if you would jump in front of a lava flow to try to guide and direct it to go a different way, what you would find is pain and death. Trying to control something that is out of your control. It's not your business to control it. It's too much because you're not meant to. Out of love and respect, you have to let go and allow the progression of your own journey, and you have to respect and allow the progression of other people's journeys as well. That's where I'm at. I don't know what may come. I only know that I can't stop it. All I can do is look to me. Am I showing up in the world with integrity to my values and beliefs, regardless of how other people behave? Am I in integrity to myself? People don't friggin' know what that is. Well, so-and-so, I'm just mirroring the energy. Then you're a friggin' thermometer. You have the power to be a thermostat, which means you set the tone in your life. If you are constantly reacting to everything, you ain't all that in a bag of chips. You're acting like a friggin' thermometer. When you have the power to be a thermostat, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Whether you are or you're not, it doesn't matter. You're on your journey, and so am I. I'm on my journey. I'm doing the best I can do. I know you're doing the best you can do. It's okay. That's all we can do, The best we can do with what we have at the time. And I will end with this. I want to build something better. I want to create. I want to be part of creating good things. Supportive, nurturing, safe spaces for people to learn and unlearn. That's a huge part of life. Fucking unlearn some of this shit that's stuck in your head. You don't even really like it or want it. You don't even really like it or want it, but you think it's how it has to be because it's always been that way. FTS. If you don't like it or want it, why are you giving it space? I'm going to create a FTS stamp, and I'm just going to go around stamping things with that. I keep thinking of that, and then I don't do it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Lots of rambling, but then again, I'm not sorry because this is my journal, and I can do what I want. And also, you at any time can step away or pause this or whatever because it's just a recording. So, I'm sorry I didn't get myself glammed up, but then again, this is just my journal. And I'm not trying to show up and sell you anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just telling you what's up with me. This is what's going on with me. Major struggles, lots of tears and discomfort, but also coming back to the light, coming back to the peace and the love that is at my core, knowing that no matter what happens, I have what I need. You have what you need within you. And maybe you don't know that, but you do. So I still don't like what's happening, but I am willing to accept it because there's no stopping it. And I do want to be on my way, on my own journey. And I don't want to prohibit anyone else from walking their journey. And sometimes, like I said, sometimes we just naturally, I make a choice. I want Chinese food. And then I turn around to you and you're already moving towards McDonald's. And I was like, huh? McDonald's? That's cardboard. And you're like, look, dude, I'm jonesing for McDonald's. That's it. And I'm like, okay, well, catch you later. The separation happened when the choices were made. I didn't decide to hate you because you went for McDonald's. I was like, well, I'm not going to McDonald's. I'm going to the Chinese food, And maybe you think that's oversimplifying, but my point is to make the point. Sometimes our choices naturally separate us, and it isn't that I have chosen to move against you. It's that I have chosen for my own reasons to go this way. And I can't walk with you that way. I just can't, not right now. And maybe I'll come around and want to do that someday, but it's not going to be this day. And sometimes when that happens, it just fucking sucks. It just fucking sucks. But it isn't the end of the journey. It's not the end of the story. And so, okay, that's it. That's pretty much it.